Alright, so in this problem, I have 2x squared over 4 to the power of x is equal to 16. So to solve this, I'm going to first rewrite 4 here as 2 squared. So now I have 2 to the power of x squared over 2 squared to the power of x is equal to 16. I'm going to rewrite as 2 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 2 times x. So now I have 2 to the power of x squared over 2 to the power of 2x is equal to 2 to the power of 4. Now if I have something in form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So 2 to the power of x squared over 2 to the power of 2x, that's going to equal 2 to the power of x squared minus 2x, which is equal to 2 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, x squared minus 2x is equal to 4. So now if I subtract 4 on both sides, I get x squared minus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. So now to solve this, I'm going to use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is negative 2, and c is negative 4. So I have x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So this is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 16 over 2, which is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 20 over 2. And the square root of 20, this is the same thing as 2 root 5. So now I have x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 over 2. Now if I divide both terms by 2, I get x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 5. So these are my two answers. Alright, so in this problem, I have 500 squared minus 499 squared. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by rewriting 499 here as 500 minus 1. So now I have 500 squared minus 500 minus 1 squared. Now, if I have something in the form a minus b squared, this is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So in this case, a is going to be 500 and b is going to be 1. So now this is going to equal 500 squared minus 500 squared minus 2 times 500 times 1 plus 1 squared. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. So I'm going to actually have to distribute this negative sign. So I'm going to distribute it to all my terms here. So first off, I have negative 500 squared. Then I have negative of negative, which is positive. 2 times 500 is 1,000. 1,000 times 1 is 1,000. And now I have 1 squared, which is simply 1. Now 500 squared and 500 squared, these two cancel out, and I'm left with 1,000 plus 1, which is simply 1,001. So 1001 is my answer. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of 4 minus 25 is equal to 0. So to solve this, I'm going to first rewrite 25 here as 5 squared. So now I have x to the power of 4 minus 5 squared is equal to 0. Now x to the power of 4, that's the same thing as x to the power of 2 times 2. So I have x to the power of 2 times 2 minus 5 squared is equal to 0. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x to the power of 2 times 2 I can write as x to the power of 2 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 5 squared is equal to 0. Now if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, I have a is equal to x squared and b is equal to 5. So now I have x squared plus 5 times x squared minus 5 is equal to 0. So now this gives me two equations. I have x squared plus 5 is equal to 0, and I have x squared minus 5 is equal to 0. So let's first start with x squared minus 5 equals 0. So to solve this, I'm going to start by adding 5 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I have x squared is equal to 5. Now to solve this, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So the square root of x squared, that's obviously x, and I have x is equal to positive or negative square root of 5. So these are two solutions to this problem. Now I have x squared plus 5 is equal to 0. So to solve this, I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I have x squared is equal to negative 5. Now if I take the square root on both sides, I get the square root of x squared is equal to square root of negative 5. And the square root of x squared, that's x. The square root of negative 5, I can write this as the square root of 5 times the square root of negative 1. And if you guys already didn't know, the square root of negative 1 is actually equal to the imaginary number I. So I have x is equal to positive or negative square root of 5i. So these are my 4 solutions. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 1 to the power of x squared divided by 8 to the power of x is equal to 61. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to deal with this 1 to the power of x squared. Well, if you guys remember, 1 to the power of any number is equal to 1. Meaning that 1 to the power of x squared is simply just equal to 1. So this would be 1 over 8 to the power of x is equal to 61. Now, if I multiply both sides by 8 to the power of x, I get 1 is equal to 61 times 8 to the power of x. Now, if I divide both sides by 61, I get 1 over 61 is equal to, these two cancel out, 8 to the power of x. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. So now we have log of 1 over 61 is equal to eight to the power of x. So now, if I take the log both sides, and the power property of logarithms states that if we have something in the form log to the power of a to the power of x, we can actually move this exponent to the front of the log. So this is going to be equal to log 1 over 61 is equal to x times log 8. So now I'm going to divide both sides by log to the power of 8. Now log 8, well, this is the same thing as log 2 to the power of 3. So 2 to the power of 3. And remember, we can actually move this exponent to the front of the log. Remember, the power property of logarithms. So now we have log 1 over 61 divided by 3 log 2. And if we're taking the log of a fraction, then the fraction can actually be the log of the numerator minus the log of the denominator. So this is equal to log 1 minus log 61 over 3 log 2. Now, log 1, this is equal to approximately 0. Log 1 is equal to 0. Log 61, this is equal to 1.7853. And 3 log 2, this is equal to 0.9031. So now if we plug in these values, we get 0 minus 1.7853, which is just negative 1.7853. Divided by 0.9031, and this is equal to approximately negative 1.9769. So this is our answer.